Hello everybody, the Law and Gnome is here.
There's our monster.
Welcome to the very first One That Got Away on my channel in 2018, and just in case you are new to my channel, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you, especially considering the unification of the smaller YouTubers across the spectrum. It is great to see a whole new bunch of you coming to my channel to see what I have to say, and more importantly, giving me an opportunity to lend you a hand on growing your own channels and networking with other YouTubers. In One That Got Away, I like to give you guys a review of a movie that I had a chance to see in theaters the year before, but unfortunately, due to time constraints and due to other things going on in my life, I sort of had to let it go. So now is the time for me to actually DVR or look on Netflix and see if that one specific movie that I'm searching for is there, so I can finally see it and give you a review. And today, I have to give a lot of credit to the BookTube community because they talked about the book that this movie was based on a great deal. Patrick Ness's fantasy book, A Monster Calls, and of course, it's now a movie starring newcomer Louis McDougall, Sigourney Weaver, and Felicity Jones. It is the story of a young boy named Connor O'Malley, whose mom is unfortunately suffering from cancer. And unfortunately, he's having a very hard time in life, having a hard time with the fact that his parents were separated, and also having a hard time with bullies in school. One night, where he had practically given up hope, a monster calls with the voice of Liam Neeson to tell him 3 stories, expecting to hear a 4th one, and that 4th story is going to be about the nightmare that Connor has been suffering, to finally tell the truth as to what the meaning of this story is. So, when I saw the trailers for this movie, it just looked so whimsical. I love to get lost in a great fantasy story, and this one, while it did have some very dark elements in regards to suffering and love and loss, it still looked wonderful, especially from a CGI perspective, and a couple of other things that really made this movie stand out that I knew that I wanted to see it at the end of the day. And I gotta say, while I didn't think that it was the most perfect of films, it was definitely original, it was definitely touching, and it was definitely there when it came to the whimsical moments. I loved that scattered throughout this movie, there was watercolor animation, specifically for when the stories are being told by the monster, voiced brilliantly by Liam Neeson. I mean, come on, when any character is given the voice of Liam Neeson, you know that you are going to sit around the fireplace, or the television, or movie screen for that matter, and hear what he has to say. And it was very interesting how all of those stories came together, and Connor's reactions in life in regards to after hearing the stories, and of course, when it's finally time for him to tell that 4th story, which is his nightmare, the revelation finally clicks, and he understands what he needs to do in regards to making the nightmare stop, but more importantly, going on with life. It is a very touching film. It definitely has good acting. I will give Sigourney Weaver a ton of credit for putting on a British accent, and I just thought that everybody in this film played their characters well and were very intricate parts of the story. Even the bullies had a very important role to play in this story, especially when it came to Connor facing his fears. But in the end, do I think that it's the best movie out there? Unfortunately, I do not. It took a little bit of time for the movie to finally pick itself up because it had a very, very slow start. And not just a slow start, a little bit of a confusing start. I mean, there were some parts that absolutely made sense, but there were other things that you really didn't understand, like, why is Connor being bullied? Why did his parents separate? There were just some things that were still left unanswered, and as the movie finally started to press on, and the story started to heat up, you did start getting all those answers, but I really feel that if we would have gotten a little bit more at the beginning, I probably would have loved this movie from beginning to end. The ending is very hard-heavy. You will definitely feel some heavy emotions while you're watching it, but in the end you will also feel very happy for Connor because you know that in the end everything that he was hoping for in regards to pressing on and living life, and more importantly coming of age, will all take place at the end for him. Is this a movie that I would like to see again? Honestly, I would definitely say the answer is yes, because I feel that a book specifically that is praised by so many people, I still have no idea if I'm going to even read the book, but I feel that I should give the movie another shot, just because I'm curious to see if I may have missed something while I was watching it for the first time. Is it a movie that I want to own on DVD? I would have to say no, but it's not necessarily a movie that I would turn away from if people actually did want to watch it. Monster Calls is definitely a very interesting watch if you are a fantasy fan. Yes, I think it's a very good movie to watch. I'm very curious from people who have read the book how similar or how different it is. Let me know in the comments below. But I will be giving A Monster Calls 3 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please put your comments in the box below, and let's discuss A Monster Calls, and I will see you in the next One That Got Away. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.